So Sister Shefali, she is a senior scientist in biotech. She has over a decade of experience in drug discovery and development in oncology and neurology therapeutic area. And her expertise lies in preclinical research and target validation. So let us welcome Sister Shefali. And before her speech, I would like to invite Didi Ananda Sideswari to play 1 or 2 minute kirtan. Thank you very much. We welcome Sister. Sister Shefali, you need to unmute. Okay, thank you.
Namaskar. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Didi Achira, for the introduction, and Didi Siddheshwari for nice kirtan. And thank you, Didi Ranjana, for such a wonderful. I attended just last 5 to 10 minutes, but it was very inspirational. Very well said. Thank you, Didi. Namaskar. I will start, and I'm going to talk today with the importance of diet in our maintaining our healthy body. And for that, I am going to focus today on lymphatic system. And let me just share my screen. Did you see my screen?
Yes, but your screen is small. Is it possible that make it full?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
It's
Yeah.
good. Yes, thank you.
Okay. That's good. So I'm going to discuss about lymphatic system and what is the importance of healthy diet, how it helps in keeping a healthy lymphatic system, and why do we want to have a healthy lymphatic system. So again, outline once again, what is lymphatic system I will be touch basing on, and what are the different diseases the lymphatic system is implicated, and what role food has to play in maintaining a healthy lymphatic system. So when we talk of lymphatic system, we all know that we have blood circulating in our body. So blood circulates and heart pumps the blood. And in addition to blood, there's another fluid that circulates in our body, and that is lymph. And as for blood, we have heart that pumps it and circulates in the body. But for lymph, we do not have anything that pumps it. So lymph gets pumped by, we need to movement. We by exercise, by doing yoga, by moving, lymph moves in our body. So by moving the muscles, motion of the muscles makes the lymph move forward. So now in lymphatic system consists of 4 different parts. One is lymph, which is a milky liquid, and it is transported in lymphatic vessel, which you see all these green here. These are lymphatic vessels, and any pathogens or any excess fluid present in the body is in the tissues is taken out from the tissues and sent to the blood, from where it goes to the kidney for the drainage. So that's where the lymph comes in play. And lymph nodes are present in our body in under the arms, in the neck area, in the groin area, here, in the joints. And these are home to immune cells. They collect lymph from the lymphatic vessels and get rid of pathogens present in the lymph. And then spleen is another part of lymphatic system. It degrades old and damaged red blood cells and platelets. It is also home for immune cells. And then the fourth part is thymus, which is present here. And it is a site of maturation of immune cells and basically T cells, which is also one of the immune cells. Um, function of lymphatic system. I already described a little bit about lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is an essential part of immune system, produces immune cells. It transports proteins, fluids, biomolecules, hormones to different places. As per Ayurveda, lymph is one of the refined element derived from food. It maintains tissue homeostasis by removing metabolic waste from interstitial species. And I can, if we look at these figures here, I have put three figures here, and the one on the left basically is indicating how lymph transports nutrients from intestine to blood. Basically, what happens is that when we eat food, we digest food, we eat all sorts of food, we eat sugars, we eat proteins, we eat fats, and all the macromolecules or all the proteins, sugars get digested in our body and converted into smaller molecules like glucose or amino acids or fatty acids. Now, sugars and amino acids are blood soluble, are water soluble, so they can be directly absorbed by blood. But however, fatty acids are hydrophobic. They are not water soluble, so they cannot be directly absorbed by blood. So body has a system in place for transfer of fatty acids into the blood. And how it does is that fatty acids get converted into short chain fatty acids, and we can see which gets absorbed by intestine. Intestine has these hair-like structures on its surface, which are known as villi, and they basically help in increasing the surface of the intestine. And so short chain fatty acids get absorbed from the villus into the endothelial cells, and then they go into the as a as a chylomicron, they go into these green structures that you're seeing known as lectines. And this is basically lymph. And from here, then they go into the whole system of the lymphatic. Basically, they get collected here in the cisterna villi, and then they go into the from the thoracic duct, they go into the blood, and from blood they get distributed to the body. So that's how lymph helps in transport of the nutrients from intestine to blood. So this is one function of lymph. And another function of the lymph is lymphatic system is an immune cell producing system, and it's also an endocrine system. So, this what this figure shows us how basically the function of lymphatic system in immune system. And we see that in bone marrow different kind of cells are produced. Bone marrow produces B cells and stem cells, and B cells are immune cells, and these immune cells are then they fight against any pathogens and protect our body. And then the stem cells, what happens to stem cells? They go inside the blood, they go into the thymus. Thymus is a one of the part of lymphatic system. In thymus, these stem cells then get converted into T cells, and which are involved in adaptive immunity. Basically, any virus particle attacks, then it fights with it, and then they go into the circulation. And so thymus is also an endocrine organ. It produces thymosin, thyroxine. So lymphatic system also has is also an immunoendocrine organ. And the last figure that I have put here is highly important function of lymph. And all the functions are important, and this is also very important. Basically, when we eat food, the food gets digested in our gut, and from there it gets absorbed in our body, goes to the tissues, goes to different cells, and in the cells metabolism happens. Basically, um, further glucose is used to produce energy. Proteins are used to produce different things, which amino acids are used to produce different proteins or whatever we need in our body. But whatever is left out, whatever we do not need in the cell, then it gets drained out. And then how does the body get rid of that? And say any cell that has died, or any molecule that is no more needed, it goes into the lymph, and from the lymph then it goes into the blood, and then it gets then the body gets rid of it through the kidneys. So this is very important function of another important function of lymph, um, and is also known. So that's why lymphatic system is also known as drainage system of the body. So, three functions of lymph. It is required for transport of the nutrient, absorption of the nutrients into the blood, for specifically for hydrophobic molecules, and it is an immunoendocrine organ, and it is also drainage system of the body. So now we know that lymphatic system has a very important role to play in our body, and dysregularities in lymphatic system, um, like increase in lymph flow, decrease in lymph flow, reduced drainage capacity, can lead to various diseases and show as pathological symptoms like edema, hypoxia, oxidative stress, inflammation, etc. And all these diseases, once happens, they can interfere with the other functions of the body also, and then the lead to the diseases like diabetes, atherosclerosis, neurodegeneration, cancer, autoimmune diseases. I put this also here just to show how, in normal physiology, basically, you see here, this is a normal lymphatic system where these are the lymphatic capillaries and doing the function, and everything looks normal. However, in inflammatory disease, there is increase in the lymph flow, which leads in the lymphatic enlargement and leads to inflammation, leads to release of the inflammation markers, and which of course appears as redness on our in our system, or inside it leads to swelling. And in cancer also, there is increased lymphatic flow, has been linked to increased lymphatic flow and in lymphatic enlargement. In metabolic diseases, there is decrease in lymph flow. So two major symptoms of malfunctioning lymphatic system, which I'm going to touch base today, are inflammation, which just a figure showing here, like you can see, this is one representation of inflammation, and a decrease in immunity. And now, where the food comes into play, we can regulate lymphatic dysfunction by balanced intake. We can regulate lymphatic dysfunction by many practices. First, having a healthy diet. We have a balanced intake of macronutrients, micronutrients, and include more vegetables in our diet. Fasting can also help, and doing asanas, exercise, helps in maintaining healthy lymphatic system. So what I'm going to talk mainly today is a link of diet and lymphatic system. Um, so what I put here is polyphenol regarding polyphenols, and effect of polyphenols on lymphatic dysfunction. Polyphenols have been reported to have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. And polyphenols represent prebiotic food, which regulates gut microbiota. They are epigenetic switches which are able to activate or deactivate genes with special beneficial effects in human metabolism and aging. Basically, what it means is that it will lead to the production of the genes which will help in healthy metabolism in our body and can decrease aging. So different foods have different, the table here shows the content of polyphenols in different foods. And we can see that cocoa powder or cloves, all the spices that we use in our regular day-to-day diet have high content of polyphenols. Like curry powder also has a good content of polyphenol. And all the vegetables and colored fruits have high content of chicory root, raspberry, all have good content of polyphenols. Broccoli, in vegetables, broccoli has a good content of, and many other fruits and veggies have good content of polyphenols. And what I'm showing here is another another molecule that has been shown to have a high content of polyphenol, and is curcumin. Curcumin is present in turmeric, which we use in regularly use in our diet. And in Indian diet, Indian vegetables or curries, we always put, most of the times we put turmeric, and turmeric is rich in curcumin. And uh, another spice that is rich in curcumin is cinnamon. And curcumin rich foods have shown macrophage targeted action as well as anti inflammatory or anti edema action. So, what you see on the left here is basically a study of a study in humans of coumarin rich tablets. So they basically had they gave they had 104 subjects, out of which 40 were control, which were given which were given placebo. Basically means that were not given coumarin rich diet or rich food. And the patients were given 200 mg twice a day tablet of coumarin rich tablet. And the study was done for 1 year. And after 1 year, the the patients or the subjects were not given any tablets, and then they were followed up for 1 more year after the trial. So, if we see, there were three different grades of edema in the patients: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 to 5, based on the level of edema they had. And we can see here grade 1 had 110% edema, grade 2 120%, and 165% for grade 3 to 5. And with these coumarin tablets, we can see that there was a significant drop in edema. Specifically in grade 1 and grade 2, there was complete uh, obliteration of a complete removal of edema, almost complete removal of edema at 24 months after. So 12 months they were given the diet, given the tablet, and followed up for 12 more months, and it came to baseline. And grades 3 to 5, there was also significant reduction. So basically, and emphasizing the fact that if we use food as medicine, or regularly use turmeric or curcumin rich foods in our diet, we on day-to-day basis are having a healthy lifestyle and maintaining anti-inflammation in our body, or improving the lymphatic function. So this is another study that I have put here, just to show another important uh, pomegranate juice and beet extracts have been shown to have a healing effect in response to inflammation, and they're also rich in polyphenols. And what I have shown here is a study where they took pomegranate extract, made tablets out of it, and there were 55 patients, and I think this was the arthritis study. In rheumatoid, they had rheumatoid arthritis, and out of 50, 30 were given pomegranate capsules, and 25 were not. And it was given for 56 days, and they looked at the swollen joints, tender joints, and pain intensity, and there was a significant drop in the swollen joints, tender joints, pain intensity by taking pomegranate tablets. And another study where they basically had a diet called life diet, low inflammatory foods every day. They made a diet which was very rich in green leafy vegetables. Baba has also mentioned importance of green leafy vegetables in and Baba said that it helps in increase in lymph. Basically, chlorophyll in green leafy vegetables is very important, and it helps in production of the lymph. In this study, they made a diet called Life, which was rich in green leafy vegetables, and they looked at CRP levels, which is a marker of inflammation, and also looked at the beta carotene levels. And beta carotenes basically are antioxidants, and they found that the people who adhered to the diet, there was an increase. There were almost 22 subjects which adhered to the diet, and there was increase in the level of beta carotene. Um, and there was decrease in the level of the CRP, which is inflammatory marker. So just suggesting again that having a green leafy vegetables diet or diets rich in polyphenols can help in maintaining healthy on day-to-day basis, can help in maintaining healthy lymphatic system. This is another study where they looked at the chlorophyll. They either put topically chlorophyll on again on the rheumatoid arthritis patients. They either put it topically and looked at the inflammation. Effect of the chlorophyll on inflammation, or they were treated 25 or 50 mg per kg orally every day, and they looked at the inflammation. And we can see in both the studies there was a decrease in inflammation. And I just put here, Robert, to further emphasize importance of green leafy vegetables and how much chlorophyll they contain. So green leafy vegetables can help in reducing inflammation in our body. Polyphenols and antioxidant diet can help in maintaining healthy lymphatic system, all these things. So another part of lymphatic system is thymus, and which is a very important part because it has double function. It is a immunoendocrine organ, and so it has lymphoid. It's a lymphoid organ. It is also an endocrine gland. By lymphoid organ, I mean that it produces mature T lymphocytes, and T lymphocytes are divided into two categories. One is mature T cells, which recognize foreign antigens and destroys them. And other is the recognizing self antigens and destroys self-reactive T cells. So basically, body gets rid of self-reactive T cells and in the lymph nodes. And endocrine gland, it produces hormones like thymosin, thymolene, and thymopoietin, and help in T cell development. We discussed about this before, how basically B cells and T cells are produced by bone marrow. Stem cells are produced by bone marrow, and stem cells then go to the thymus, which then produces mature T cells, which then fight with the foreign antigens in our body. And I put this figure here for thymus. Thymus, thymus as we age, it decreases in size. There is a degeneration of thymus with age. And then this figure shows that in adults, there is, in a child when or child when he's born, the thymus is larger. It keeps on growing at the adolescence age, and it is around 37 grams. And at 75 years of age, it drops to 6 grams. So thymus has a tendency of degenerating over time with various insults, like toxic insults or whatever we expose our body to. Like what happens in thymus degeneration is there is decrease in thymic size, decrease in thymic cellularity, adipose tissue deposition, loss of normal tissue architecture, decreased output of naive T lymphocytes, mature T cells. and which leads to increase in infection, reduction in immunity, responsiveness to vaccine, decreased responsiveness to vaccination, increased incidence of cancers, and also autoimmune diseases. So, people have studied what are the reasons for thymic degeneration. Oxidative stress is one reason for thymic degeneration. Oxidative stress, um, also infections or pathogens, and the environment that we are exposed to, toxic insults, steroid hormones, all lead to thymic involution. But thymic, this particular organ has been studied in animals, and they have seen that thymus can regenerate at least in animals. They have shown that it can regenerate by proper diet. What they did is that they took mice, and though the study is only with 5 mice, and control N-acetylcysteine treated and L-ascorbate, which is vitamin C, and they treated either with water or with uh, NaC and vitamin C for 10 weeks, and looked at the thymus in these mice. And they found that with the diet rich in antioxidants, which is vitamin C, basically can lead to the increase in the thymus size. And what is shown in the right is just as a control to show that the body weight has not changed. And And what the figure shows below is a study in rats, where they used 10 rats in each group. First, they showed that with D-galactose, there's a decrease in the size of thymus. And when they supplemented the D-galactose with saponin, which is again antioxidant, and then it leads in the restoration of the thymus size. So basically, in both the studies, authors show that antioxidant diet resulted in decrease in age-related thymus atrophy. I put this table here just to emphasize further how plant-based diet is rich in antioxidants, and we can say that we can hypothesize that we can say that if we have a healthy lifestyle wherein we include more plant-based diet, green leafy vegetables, more polyphenol-rich diet, antioxidant-rich diet, we can keep our lymphatic system healthy, and we can maybe maintain thymus size, though the studies in humans have not been done. So just to summarize, lymphatic system is a highly important system which helps in getting rid of toxins from the body. It is a sensitive system and get easily impacted by stress, toxic insults, and malfunctioning of lymphatic system can lead to many diseases. Regular balanced plant-based food with exercise may be used as a medicine to restore lymphatic system. Yeah, I did not touch base on role of asanas or exercise. I think that's another area. Maybe next time I'll talk about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Safali. Maybe we would like to invite some questions. So feel free to unmute yourself, and then you can tell your question, so then Sister Safali can answer it.
I saw one reel recently, and the author was recommending to put every day 1 clove in your smoothie because it has a high quantity of, it's called eugenol. And he says just one a day is already very, very good for strengthening immune system and overall health. You're muted.
Yeah, all these spices, Dada, cloves, cinnamon, all these are very good. And if we keep put them in our regular diet, I think it can help detox.
I have a
Basically,
question.
it is a basically detox that we do all the time with different juices or different vegetable juices. All these help in clearing the lymphatic system.
I think looks like Rakesh would like to ask a question. Please,
Yes,
Rakesh.
please. Yeah, yes, please. Great presentation, Shefali Didi.
Thank you.
So I was not able to correlate what is the connection between the lymphatic system and the thymus. That was my first question. Then my second question is in the modern medicine, uh, the the positive effects of antioxidants is controversial. And so, how do you have any insight in the Vedic or any other non-traditional medicine which says that antioxidants are good for our health?
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Very, very good questions, PhD. I will I'll share my presentation again just to answer your first question. The thymus is a part of lymphatic system. So lymphatic system has four different parts: lymph nodes, spleen, and thymus. And how thymus is related. So lymph is a milky liquid. It carries immune cells also with it, and it's a production site of immune cells. So when bone marrow produces B cells and T cells, so stem cells, these stem cells get matured into T cells by thymus. So thymus becomes important, and it is a part of lymphatic system. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. And what really confused me, and this is, I'm not from a medical background or or biology. What I understand is the thymus pretty much contracts to almost nothing in most adults, and that's my understanding. So when you brought this thymus in, I was a little bit wasn't sure what was the correlation here.
E-
Because the understanding is the thymus is pretty much gone in a fully mature human, right? Isn't that?
yeah. So it does degenerate in adults, but it thymus is that's why, and as we grow older, your immunity goes down, and plus over the as we age, we get exposed to many toxic, many pathogens, and our body produces a lot of antibodies, and our body then has a memory for that. So all those antibodies don't go anywhere; they stay. So role of thymus also is then less in our body, but still, if a new pathogen comes, new things enter our body, then these T cells need to fight with it. So that's where the thymus comes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shefali, I have one question.
regarding ascorbic acid, that was your second question, as I understand, is that there is some controversial. Yeah, definitely there is always it. I believe, I personally believe, preventative measures can be taken by having a healthy lifestyle. But if you are at a stage where you have a really heavy, high, um, strong, you are a chronic disease, you have a strong like say there are some studies where they are using ascorbic acid for cancer also, but it cannot be used by itself. It needs to be given along with the other things, like fasting has also been implicated in cancer, but all these measures need to be supplemented along with other medicines or other regimens that are being done by the medical science, for a disease, if the patient is really has a severe disease.
और दूसरा किराए की रेंट में भी छूट दी है और मोदी जी अपने
I also have another question.
Yes,
So,
Sadat.
um, you were presenting how the lymph is working, which is very nice because we talk a lot about this when we're giving yoga classes, etc. And Baba talks a lot about lymph. And I wanted to ask you a question, like how does chemical toxicity affect the lymphatic system? And this is, I'll give you an example. So one time I ate some celery, which was not organic, and obviously it had been sprayed with something because after eating that, all my lymph nodes in the groin area got swollen, and I was very swollen for like 2-3 weeks. I shifted to completely organic diet, and then it disappeared. But it was so obvious because I had not been eating that regularly, and then I ate it, like a not organic celery. And so, is that something that you have studied? Is like how, for example, glyphosate or all these different toxins that are sprayed on vegetables and food that we are eating, if you're not buying organic, affects our health and lymphatic system,
Yeah, so not that I have studied
or
it,
read about it.
but I have read about it. Yeah, and I and based on my readings, all these any chemicals that enter our body, but body has a system to get rid of it, and that is through lymphatic system, right? So body has a system, but how much that system will keep on working if we keep on adding toxins to our body. So having a naturally our body is made to get rid of the toxins, but not always. If your lymph is not functioning properly and it is clogged, and if there's a lot of toxins, because toxins get rid, what I understand is that if you see here, once the lymph nodes is the place where all the pathogens are thrown out, and the whole lymph gets collected here, and then it goes to thoracic drug, and all the pathogens go through the kidney out. But if our lymph is not functioning properly, and we give, it's basically threshold, and if you give further insult to our system, then can give up, and then you can see inflammation in lymph nodes if there is too much of the toxins. This
Okay.
is my understanding.
Thank
I
you.
do
So it
not
was
know.
basically a healthy immune response to the toxins, trying to dispel them.
Right, right. I believe so. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, making sure that we have a healthy, healthy lifestyle. So we do not really we use this system to use our body as a tool to do the work, and use it wisely.
There are a few more questions in the chat. So the first question, I think, from Sister Vinita. Did you see that, Shefali?
Yeah, I saw that. S- yeah, this is a medical question, Dilivanita. I might not be able to you answer. Um, Spleen is a major organ of our body where all the immune cells are stored, but I'm pretty sure that if you lose spleen, you still have other organs helping you out. Uh, but yeah, I do not know. I don't have any experience for the people missing spleens.
Thank you anyway.
Yeah,
Namaskar.
namaskar.
Yeah, this is completely that is the medical causes. That's true.
So yogurt, regarding yogurt is rich in probiotic diet, and which will help in maintaining the gut microbiota. And every organ in all our body also has a own pr- microbiota. So definitely yogurt will help definitely it helps in digestion of the food, and vegan alternative to yogurt There are many vegan, I do not know specifically vegan alternative, but many prebiotic tablets being sold in the vitamin stores, which can be used. Yes, I can share the slides after the presentation with Didi, and Didi can share with whoever is interested.
Sure.
Yeah, organic food is expensive. I think I personally believe not all the time I also eat organic food because it is expensive. So if you are eating, what I do is properly wash the veggies, wash the fruits properly, and if you have a healthy lifestyle, if you are exercising, and if you are um, eating healthy, then body can help you get rid of it. But not that I am advocating that we should not eat organic food or we should eat organic food. We can only eat food which is in our means. But uh, we can only eat food which is in our means, but having a healthy lifestyle, which includes having proper asanas, having a stress-free life, having doing exercise routine, eating, including foods having more antioxidants, polyphenols, or green leafy vegetables uh, is helpful. Am I still sharing the screen, Didi?
I'm sorry. No, you already off the screen.
Okay.
And answering about the vegan alternative yogurt, I think we also can have like different kind of vegan yogurt, like coconut yogurt. Is made from coconut cream, so it's still also rich with the probiotic. Also, I think there is some people make the cashew yogurt. Is made from cashew milk. And also, I think the probiotic can get also from sauerkraut or Rizublag. I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, it's the same thing.
So yeah, you can get probiotics from many things, sourdough, or you can also fermented foods from beans also. You can get good bacteria in the body. You can have beans have inulin, fiber-rich foods have inulin, which help in improving the gut microbiota.
Kimchi, miso.
Excuse me, when I brought up the question about yogurt, I was also keeping in mind the recommendation for those who do pranayama. And so would substituting another item or product satisfy this need for those who practice pranayama? And this may not be something that Shefali you may be able to answer, but it was just one of the questions that I had.
Namaskar, Dada.
Namaskar, Didi.
Yeah, but I'm interested in knowing more about it, Dada. I did not even know. Like, if you can explain this a little bit more, and one of the
Well,
Dadas or Didis can answer.
well, that's the point. I wanted to hear from someone who may know more about this than I do, but as far as I know, it's recommended for pranayama. Maybe Dada Sheila Bhadananda can speak to it, or Dada SS.
I wanted to just say one thing that the advantage of taking milk products, as Baba advises for pranayama, is because of the fat.
The
But
fat.
there's also fat in vegan alternatives. So I mean, soybeans also has fat, and so
Right.
I don't know how much equivalence there is in terms of cow and non cow products for fat, but there's definitely fat in these other vegan products.
Right. And in the cardiology community, for cardiologists recommend avoiding animal fats. So oftentimes we see and will consume non-fatted yogurts where the fat's removed. So that would actually not be helpful for the purpose of pranayama, from your understanding.
Yeah, what I understand is exactly what Dada Sheila Bhadananda just said. It's this, Baba mentioned specifically some good quality fats. So like myself, I am mostly vegan, so I just take coconut oil instead of these things. And I'm allergic to yogurt actually, so I take vegan alternatives and probiotics.
Okay,
I
brother,
think
so just
avocado, and there are other fat-rich diets also. Um, like avocado, you can have nuts.
Mhm. Omega-3 fatty acids from kelp and seaweed. Yeah.
what
Tadaji SS was saying.
what is the question about you from you?
Tadaji, the question is the importance, a recommendation for yogurt for those who practice pranayam, and why yogurt specifically, and can there be an alternative?
I think alternative, certainly numbers of alternative is there, but as per the Baba's uh, guidelines, certainly Baba is recommended yogurt, but healthy yogurt, and you could say organic yogurt or some original yogurt, and that is the Baba wanted to what can say aid on 16 point is the one point is the yogurt, the buttermilk, and lot of things are there. So lot of effect in the probiotics or the medical science, and they're very good for the digestions and also you could say numbers of the liver functions. So I think Baba made it very clear, but at the same time, this quality of the yogurt is very relevant and important. Now the adulteration food that we don't believe in that. So a lot of things are there. Numbers of over here in India, grass-fed food also is not a quality food, quality yogurt. So yogurt in Baba's teaching, yogurt has been provided for each and every organism. This is the full, what can say, full amount of the probiotic, which is very important as far as pranayama is concerned, or this is the depend on the biology. It might be this is the sentient food, and every organism is allowed to do, but at the same time, the percentage it might be 60%, 40% as per the weather. Certainly in the winter time, little avoid the persons who are less immune, and certainly this is the good for the gut organ too. So, in my opinion, as far as pranayama is concerned, we should be buttermilk you can provide rather than the yogurt if you have a good amount of the yogurt. So, this is my suggestion in that level. So, Didi, brother Bishwa is raising the hand. Numbers of the time, just you allow him to
Okay,
say.
yes, praise brothers with
Yeah.
Wiswamitra.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Namaskar, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Dada. Yes, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, sorry I joined yeah, very late. So yeah, I've been hearing about yogurt. Yogurt is rich in lactobacilli, right? So there are a lot of foods rich in lactobacilli. There's in the market, one product is Yakult. It's rich in lactobacilli. So it can be one of the alternative. Lactobacilli from Yakult. So another one. So we've been talking about lymphatic organ. I read from Baba's what he said about lymphatic. If you see monkeys, they jump a lot, and they can even jump very high. And Baba said about this because monkey has a very strong lymphatic organs, and the monkeys eat only bananas. So bananas is rich in potassium. Maybe potassium can be, added to that, prescribed diet to improve our lymphatic organ. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dada.
I just read this because earlier talking about the organic food and so on. So I just read here that Sister Vinita wrote down here organic food is cheaper than expensive medical care. I think that is right.
Yeah,
I found farmers
that's true.
right. Yeah.
And
I just
Dada
learned-
Dhruva Dada also wrote
yeah.
we
Yeah.
can, if possible, we can grow veggies in our backyard
That is,
if it is possible. Yeah, that is also good option.
so seem to be there is no more question. Thank you very much, Sister Shefali, for really a great presentation as always that you contribute to us. Thank you so much for your time. And then I would like to invite Sister Dada to give the appreciation. Please, Dadaji.
Okay, good. One second. Yeah. Namaskar, everyone. So, first of all, I do appreciate and recognize Sister Shefali's presentation that goes in thorough understanding, which she has a research and understanding of scientific community in order to lymphatic understanding of the function of the lymph node, guts organs of each and every, what can say, immunes, and function of the food, and also kidney functions, and certain the toxics understanding, which has grown the numbers of the understanding. The participants should aware and also probiotic and functional of the lymphatic systems, and having all those understanding. Also, Rakesh has asked the question of thymus, the related of understanding. So Sister Sefali has had gone through this all detailed understanding from her study and radio reading understanding as well. But at the same time, and the lymph is the food of the brain. That is all the guts organs, what she explained, and lymphatic nodes is the brain. That brain is very, very important, and that importance and significant understanding she has narrated and gave to us. This is not an idea, this is the fact in medical science, and which gives some, what can say, ideas, and that each and every cells and soul and individual could get the greater understanding, and also protect their cells and the memory and mind and souls, having protect the any disease to into in bodies in our bodies. So the lymph is the, again I'm saying, is the food of the brain, and brain, lungs, liver, kidney, and also all the lymph glands, subglands, immunes. These are the basic understanding, and this is the base of the lymph. So our lymph system also and create as a you could say that is the lymphatic positive microbiota thinking, and also whatever you have been thinking, it might be neutrals, positive. I'm not saying about negative, but you have to keep in mind how our brain, how our the organism will respond, and go into deeper neurologist manners, that emotion will activate in order to deal with the this lymph node and guts organs. These are the brains. So once you have an understanding, and you should protect by having good oxygen and also good food, and not a single negative thinking. Also emotional balance. You should balance your emotions. One day you will be very happy and healthy. So this is the lame. Again, I'm telling to you, this is the lot of things we are converting. Baba has made it the seven stages, and last is the lymph. And lymph is the food of the brain. So whatever the lymphatic food, Sister Sefali has told, as much as we can take the fruits, vegetables, and also that is the cardamom, clove. These are the herbals, and also a lot of you could say ingredient in the spices there, and then our kitchen, that will grow the lymphatic system and protect the toxins. That is the her understanding, which I catch and got it. So toxins should not be go inside, because the alkaline, as much as alkaline you will take, that will grow our the lymph. The lymph is the, again I'm saying, the food of the brain, and brain will activate your souls and memories, and also emotions, concentration, positive thinking, creative ideas, and also you will be more healthiest, and you can contribute in the society. The lymph is the not only lymph is the brain and food of the brain. But this important thing is the soul meaning is the how to protect our lymph, and how we can create our lymph, how we can activate our lymph. Not only that is the one organs, but environment. two organs, three organs, and multi cells we have, that these cells get the proper amount of the lymph. So therefore, I like to appreciate and recognize Sister Sefali's contribution. Not only today, she has narrated and gave the lectures and classes and seminars, but she has been throughout this numbers of the presentation. She has presenting very well, and her contribution is incredible and very inspirational. So I do appreciate and recognize on behalf of the sector and the all on behalf of the participant. Let us hope for the best to protect the limb, create the healthy limbs, and protect our brain and souls and cell, and conquer our better health and better immune and spiritual immune, and also spiritual health, moral health. Then you will be the healthiest person in the society and in the community, and you can guide numbers of the people. This is the conceptions and ideas can prevail, and also give the best ideas to set aside the medical science, medical hospitals and the millions of the dollar, but idea can save you millions of the dollars too. So thank you so much having such a wonderful class that I do appreciate. Wish all the best, Sister Sefali. Your